Well, we have some cool things to talk about. We have a bummer to talk about. And then we have more bummers to talk about. And then we'll talk about Englewood, because that's not a bummer. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get started. My name is Micah Curtis.
And I'm Alex Baldwin, reminding you to back Englewood.
Indeed. Welcome to Micah and The Hatman Live. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get right back into it. Hatman did a thing.
I did a thing.
And what was that thing?
Went to a convention that was called GalaxyCon, because last year it was called they renamed it. So yeah, that's where I went. That's where I was from Thursday to Sunday last week, and that's why there was no podcast last week, because I was there. Anyway, GalaxyCon is a pretty cool thing. They have pop culture peoples, nerds, more famous pop culture peoples, comic book writers and artists, wrestlers. It's a little bit of everything, almost. Like it's the only place where you can have John Cusack, David Tennant, Christopher Priest, fucking Jason Mewes, and the guy who did the voice of Barney all in one building on the same day. I am not kidding you. I am not kidding you. He was there, and he was cool. He was fucking cool. Anyway, Robo Hatman. Oh boy, I'm Robo
You're good.
again. Anyway, fuck it. I don't give a fuck about if I'm a robot. God damn it, y'all know it. It's not a secret anymore. But anyway, this year I made it kind of a priority to visit with the comic people, writers, artists, what have you. And I can say the following things. Peter David is a pretty cool guy, and he likes to talk a lot. Christopher Priest is one of the nicest guys I've ever met, and he literally took about 15 minutes just talking with me about writing comics and everything. And by the way, to answer your question about his style, he believes in a reader first approach, and he wants to give readers more bang for their buck, which is why his books are so damn dense.
And for those who don't know, he did wish us luck on Englewood.
Yes, he did. Yep, and he said, "Tell Micah hey, and good luck with the Indiegogo."
Yeah, I don't know if you knew this. I about wept like a bitch when you told me that on stream. Because when you DM'd me, I was streaming, and I just instantly water in my eyes. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, he was a cool dude. I really wish he would have been able to make it, man, because he was a cool dude.
Yeah, me too.
J. Michael Straczynski is about as much of an asshole as you would think he is.
Really?
Yes.
That's unfortunate. I've always liked him.
Really? I've never liked anything that he fucking wrote.
What?
Dude. No. He's responsible for the worst Spider-Man stories of all time.
No, hold on. That was ghost written by Quesada. You cannot hold that over JMS's head.
I am gonna hold that over his head. I don't give a shit.
Everyone shame the Hatman! Everyone shame the Hatman!
Shame! 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 Shame!
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
You are very retarded, sir!
No, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. That was on him. If there's one thing I learned at that writing on comics panel, it is you tell people to fuck themselves and ship off your story to somebody else, especially if it's Quesada or God damn it, there was one more that they were shitting on the whole time there.
Probably Brevort.
Fuck, I forget. No, it wasn't Tom Brevoort. It was I'll probably remember it later on. But anyway, Fabian, I always mispronounce his last name, creator of Deadpool, dude.
Isaiah.
He is, yes, thank you. He's one of the most genuine people out there. He's fucking great. And one more. Oh, well, because I shook his hand again. Jim Starlin. Of course, Jim Starlin is soft-spoken, incredibly humble, and for once, he had a line at his booth.
As he should.
I was so happy to see that. Because he deserves all of the respect. I mean, I was telling my friends that went with me, you go to Jim Starlin's booth and you pay your respects to that man.
Amen to that.
You do it. Yeah, no. Aside from that, it was fun. It was a clerks panel with Brian O'Halloran and Jason Mewes, and it was about as raunchy as you could imagine. Absolutely fucking hilarious. David Tennant, who was the 10th Doctor, his Q&A was hilarious. Meatloaf was there. Meatloaf is... Holy shit, like, I have a newfound respect for Meatloaf.
Now, hold on. His name is Robert Paulson.
You know, thinking about that, nobody asked him about Fight Club.
What?
Nobody asked him about Fight Club. Nobody asked him about Tenacious D, the Pick of Destiny. Although that one is a little more niche, but nobody asked about Fight Club.
To be fair, though, the first rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club.
That is true. That is very true. I did ask him about Rocky Horror Picture Show, though.
Ah, okay, good.
Black Knight Rex wants to know, did the actor for Barney shit talk in Barney's voice? No. Bob West is his name. No, he did not shit talk in Barney's voice. He did not actually do the voice while I was there.
Aww.
I just went for a quick, hey man, you were a big part of my family when I was growing up, so I just wanted to say thanks. But no, he was still like really, really nice. Anyway,
so you were a Barney kid then?
Yeah, absolutely.
See,
no regrets.
I am of a rare breed. I was not a Sesame Street kid or a Barney kid. I was a Pee-wee's Playhouse kid, and it probably explains so much.
So much. So was I. I did actually watch a shit ton of Pee-wee's Playhouse growing up too. God, I remember my mom used to get pissed off too because she was like, That was the guy who was caught with kiddie porn, wasn't it? Like, no, he was caught jacking off in a porno theater. Two totally different things.
Very.
But anyway, no, Meatloaf's panel was fucking great. I mean, he straight up said like a ton of times, I made the music for you guys. Everybody asks about interpretations of my music. It's whatever you get out of it. Have any plan except this is the kind of music that I thought people would like listening to. And I was like, man, that's pretty cool. I'm going to go home and listen to Bat Out of Hell now. And I did.
Bat Out of Hell is a great album.
One of the greatest. Absolutely. But yeah, had a good time. You need to come next time. Because I am almost certain that Jim Starlin's going to be there again. And you need to pay your goddamn respects.
True. Hopefully, though, one of these days we'll get to go as actual comic creators. That's for sure. Back to Englewood.
Yes. Back Englewood, if you haven't already. If you have already, do it again. Back it again. Most of you actually gotten things on there. So I
was going to say, create a new account, buy more copies for more people.
Let's do it. Throw random copies in comic shops.
Yes. Actually, no. Go to your local LCS and tell them to order copies.
Your local comic shop?
Shut up. On that note, we need to go into my pick of the week. Swamp Thing.
Woo! Swamp Thing.
So,
makes my heart sing.
Swamp Thing is a favorite of ours, to say the least, as a comic book. Hatman and I both love the Alan Moore run. I still think when I did the stream with Von Klaus and Cal Jameson, we talked at length about how good Alan Moore's Swamp Thing was. And this was the one and only show on DC Universe I was interested in watching. I will probably watch Doom Patrol just to see how good it is. I hear great things about it. But the Swamp Thing series was one I was just super psyched about. Reason being is who was involved with it. So if I remember correctly, I'm going to pull up the casting and everything like that, is that it was directed by James Wan. And James Wan is a big-time horror director and producer. Let me dig through this real quick here. James Wan and Lynn Wiseman were two of the executive producers. And had a pretty good cast as well. Crystal Reed played Abby Arcane. Virginia Madsen was in there as Maria Sunderland. Derek Mears, of all people, played Swamp Thing. And one thing that I did not realize, because Derek Mears is known for playing Jason Voorhees and being huge. That's really all he's known for. And he's been in a lot of other horror movies, but he's never really acted, in my opinion. So here he is in the Swamp Thing outfit. And you know what? His acting in this show is really good. Really, really good. I did not realize he could act. And the big thing with him is body language. Because he's in this big suit, he can only emote so much. So a lot of it is going to rely on his posture and the way that he moves around and things like that. And he sells body language probably better than a lot of other actors out there that I've seen on television shows. So, needless to say, they're able to bring the character of Alec Holland to life. And on top of that, there's also some other good ones as well. Or other characters that make appearances in here that character-wise that you'll probably be surprised by. The Blue Devil's in it. Will Patton plays Averly Sunderland. Kevin Durand is Jason Woodrue, who, if you've read the Alan Moore books, you'll realize is a very, very, very important character. Because he becomes the Floronic Man. Even Madame Xanadu shows up. And the Phantom Stranger. So a lot of Vertigo DC lore exists in this. And this is of all of the Vertigo shows that have gotten or rather shows that are based on Vertigo comics or a more mature DC stuff, this is the best one. I don't think that there's any others that really come close to it. It really captures kind of the gory nature of and horrifying nature of the Scott Snyder run, but the story it's based on is the Alan Moore books. Especially a certain revelation that I will not spoil for those who have not read the comic book or seen the show, about Alec Holland that is bone-chilling. And part of what solidifies him as a very tragic character. So, to say the least, this, to me, was one of those shows that I just felt captured the comics perfectly. And you don't really get that, in my opinion, with a lot of DC-related live-action stuff. I don't really feel like they've, outside of Wonder Woman, really been able to capture that very well. Though I admittedly have not seen Aquaman or Shazam yet. So, how do I put this? I think that this is, because the season is over and now you can binge watch it, which is, in my opinion, is the weakness of DC Universe. This is worth the $10 to sit down and binge watch the entire show, because it is over. Sadly, it is not coming back, or at least so we have heard. Because of some issues that happened, they canceled it after the first episode. And yeah, it's definitely worth sitting down and watching, and you will probably have the exact same reaction that I am having right now. There needs to be more of this fucking show. There needs to be a second season, because there are things that I will say right out of the gate that they tease, or rather one thing that they tease that they don't fulfill, that really needs to be seen. Anton Arcane, the most sadistic villain in DC. He makes the Joker look tame. And Hatman can confirm that. He is one of the nastiest villains that's ever existed. And I would love to see Anton Arcane on live stream, see the Unmen, like that. Where it will go will be just, oh man, I need another season of this, seriously. Hatman, any questions for me about the show? Because I know you've muted yourself.
I'm still muted. Wow. Okay.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I'm not now, but I was before.
Anyway.
Let's see. I can't really think of. Actually, 1 second. Let me Google a thing real quick.
Oh, one thing I should say, since I mentioned the Scott Snyder run, the concept of the green is in this, along with the concept of the rot. So that's something from the Scott Snyder run that was not in the Alan Moore book that is adopted.
Okay. The Wes Craven movie.
What about it?
How does it compare to that? Is it still
leaves it in the dust?
With everything, like aesthetics, storyline, everything. I mean, story I can,
like I said,
imagine.
Yeah, it leaves it in the dust in everything.
Okay.
Okay. Swamp Thing is all practical effects. Like the character is all practical effects.
That's all you had to tell me.
Yeah, like it almost kind of felt like John Carpenter could have had a hand in this.
Okay. That's all you had to tell me.
There we go.
Yep. By John Carpenter, I'm in. Fuck in. Give me HBO Max now so I can get all this shit.
Yep. The only
for another fucking streaming service, I swear to God.
The only thing that kind of drove me crazy is they didn't give Abigail her hair, the hair she's known for. They just let Crystal Reed keep her like black hair color, which that kind of bummed me out because I've always loved Abigail Arcane's look. You know, the white hair with the black, like it just something about it fits the imagery. You know. This was probably the best, like, this is a great introduction to supernatural DC. There's even a couple of characters in it that are from the Sandman series. Which, that would be an interesting show to see, Sandman.
That's been in development hell forever.
Yeah, I would agree.
Holy shit.
Oh, somebody asked if Arcane was more sadistic than Professor Pig. Yeah. Anton Arcane is about as evil as it gets.
Like I said while I was muted and y'all apparently didn't hear, you could put him in Crossed and he'd be at home.
Yep. He is really goddamn evil. So I think I spoiled all the supernatural characters that show up. Swamp Thing, Arcane is hinted at, the Blue Devil, Madame Xanadu, and the Phantom Stranger. The only major characters of supernatural DC that did not like show up were Constantine and Dr. Fate. And it wouldn't surprise me if in the next season, if there is another one, because some people, there's rumor that HBO wants to pick it up. It wouldn't surprise me if they brought in Constantine, because Constantine is inexorably tied to Swamp Thing as a character.
Yeah. It'd be kind of hard to work Dr. Fate in there.
Yeah, I think that Dr. Fate kind of deserves his own thing.
Yeah.
Not to mention Kent Nelson isn't really tied to Swamp Thing. He's a major figure when it comes to the supernatural side of things, but like there's a lot of them that you could integrate that I think would be interesting if you could somehow fit Dr. Fate in there, or Etrigan the Demon, or Zatanna, or characters like that.
That might be interesting.
Yeah. All right.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
So needless to say, this show gets 2 thumbs up from me. If you have not watched it yet, again, it is worth getting at least a subscription to DC Universe to pick up for now. Oh, the Spectre does not show up either. The Spectre would be an interesting one to throw in there too. That's another supernatural character that I think would deserve its own show, though. All right, let's go ahead and move on. So, I don't know anything about this, so Hatman, you're going to have to take the lead. Twitch apparently lost Ninja.
Yep. Ninja, top streamer on Twitch. I believe he was the most subscribed to streamer on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Account 10 banned for streaming in a bathroom at E3. And now he is apparently said, fuck it, I'm going to go to Mixer. And Mixer has welcomed him with open arms, and now Twitch is in trouble. Twitch is also in trouble because apparently they're banning accounts for having too many followers.
What?
Kind of follower discrepancy. It's a weird situation. It's like one I don't remember the person's name, but one guy in particular on Twitter said, I have a whole bunch of followers, but when I stream, I only get like 100 and some views at a time. But my VODs get a lot more views for some fucking reason, and Twitch suspended my account because I had some kind of follower discrepancy.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he actually contacted support about it, they were passive aggressive in their fucking response.
Of course.
So it's Dr. Disrespect filmed about. Maybe that's it. Maybe that was Dr. Disrespect. Yep. No, that was. It was. Yep. It's not Ninja. Never mind. Ninja was the dude who confessed to cheating on his wife, wasn't he?
Yes.
Or was that also Dr. Disrespect?
I think that was Ninja. I don't remember, though.
Yeah. No, Ninja was the guy who didn't want to stream with women. I know that one.
Yes, yeah.
But Kotaku and fucking Kotaku and Polygon jumped on his ass for that because he said he didn't want to stream with women for drama or whatever. But no, yes, apologies. It was Dr. Disrespect that did the bathroom thing and the cheat on his wife.
Oh, no,
Ninja didn't want to stream with women.
Yeah, Ninja didn't want to stream with women and also had that embarrassing New Year's Eve moment where he tried to get a bunch of people like that are soaking in the rain to do the I don't know what the dance is because I think it's stupid looking, but
Fortnite dance.
I think it's the floss. That's it.
I don't fucking know. Anyway, that's how much I know about fucking streamers. Way to go. Anyway, needless to say, Twitch is fucked at this point. I have no idea what the fuck they're doing. Hondo brings up a good point that too. Alinity, the supposed
God,
animal
chucking cats.
supposed, yeah, giving cats vodka, spitting vodka into cats' mouths. Not only gets to keep her damn account, who criticizes her on or off site, their account's fucking suspended.
Whose dick is she sucking? Pardon my
I don't
French,
know.
but holy
but
crap!
It's probably 37. It's probably 37 of them.
In a row?
I would assume so. But yeah, Twitch, the fuck are you doing? You wanted to compete with YouTube really strongly on the streaming side of things, and now you're just fucking it. Now Mixer, a platform that people really only know because of, Microsoft streaming their fucking E3 showcases through it on the Xbone. Mixer is now in the news more than you. What the fuck are you doing?
That is no bueno, sir.
No. I don't fucking understand it. Like, what is it with big video platforms and trying to commit Sudoku?
I do not know. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's like there was just like nobody there who knows anything about economics. They just want boobies.
It's not even an economics thing. It's just it seems to be a complete disconnect with content creators, content consumers, and everyone in between. The audience has a total lack of connection with the people who actually run the fucking platform.
Yeah.
They think that they're high and mighty, like to believe that we know what's good for you. Let us decide. The futurists. Or, yes, I know Sudoku is a game. I'm making a joke.
It's a meme, folks.
I don't get it. It is. But yeah, I don't fucking understand it. Really, really don't. Like, there's money to be made. There's money to be made easily, and yet they're going to go out of their way to ensure that they not only lose money, but they lose credibility as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's worth more than anything.
Agreed. All right.
I may be retarded, but I'm not that retarded.
Yeah. Oh, they banned Destiny too.
Yes, they did ban Destiny too.
Took them
a lot of the Hassan Piker, I think, also got banned.
Well, they were live streaming the CNN debates while showing them, and then they got mad because they got copyright struck. It's like that's a big time no.
That's the thing, though. Like that's if you're still commenting on something as it's happening, it still counts as fair use. You were offering commentary on some copyright, but
they didn't do it wisely. You know, like Steven Crowder does, where he's actually got it on TV that's away from the camera as he discusses it. That's a smarter way to do it. And even then, every time that they've done that, they fought it, and it was obviously not well done. But yeah, I just found it was funny that Destiny got banned for copyright reasons, not because he was speaking positively about child pornography. So, yeah. All right, we need to move on to the next topic because we've only got 5 minutes. We got 10 minutes before Q&A. So, real quick, Hatman. Colin Moriarty's panel got canceled at PAX. Why?
We don't legitimate. No. Likely people who had pissed him or instrumental in some from the in crowd of the gaming industry. doing a panel with Chris Raygun. It was confirmed. They had a confirmation they were allowed to publicize everything, and all of them. We know this is a minute, but actually your panel's canceled, and we're not going to reimburse you for the tickets or anything. They offered to reimburse his flight and Chris Raygun's flight, but that's about it. They weren't going to reimburse anyone who had bought tickets specifically for that panel. They weren't going to do anything else. They did not give a reason why. They didn't even allude to a reason. You know what? Fuck this. Okay, am I a robot now?
No.
Not at all.
No.
Okay. ELDR, too long didn't bot. Likely got fucking bombarded. He got fucking blasted by people, report bombed, whatever. And that's the reason why PAX canceled him. Casual reminder that Penny Arcade is not running PAX anymore, and they have not since January 1st, 2014. And that was because of Dick Wolves. Hatman is back. God damn it.
You're good. Don't worry about it. Alright, Mercenary just donated $1. A lot of dollar donations today. Robot Hatman is very robot. Also, I'm going to tell you the same thing I told Razorfist last night. How much of a train wreck was the Cohort Gesture Tryouts Part 2 Electric Boogaloo, also known as the Democratic Debates? You'll have to watch the Politics podcast to find out. Let's see here. So that's basically it. They don't know why it was canceled, but I'm guessing shenanigans are expected.
Almost certainly. That's how things are nowadays. Outrage mobs.
Which is weird to me, because Colin Moriarty is so fucking milquetoast.
He is. He is a... That's the thing. He's blatantly on the left because he made some joke about women, whatever, once and didn't apologize for it. Persona non grata.
Yeah,
Never apologize.
Yeah, I was about to say, even... I still remember that fucking Gwegi threw him under the fucking bus.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, holy shit. Like, that's insane. But then...
Because of Chris Raygun? Maybe. I don't fucking know. That's part
which
of the
is
reason
also
why they
really
said
weird.
Lacey.
Because Chris Raygun's like a Bernie bro.
Mm-hmm. They threw Lacey Green under the bus for him, too. Speaking of, I haven't heard about anything about her in like a year and a half. Wyatt.
Well, that's because the last time she kind of appeared in the public eye, she made some really stupid statements about what was going on in South Africa and got bodied for it. And then when she said no right-winger would debate her, Lauren Southern pursued that debate, and then Lacey just disappeared. So, figures. Alright, let's move on. Final topic. So, that Umbrella guy, who is a good dude, I have had the chance to talk to him once. Tug was doxxed by Renfamous. It's been confirmed she was bragging about it on Twitter. And somebody has actually vandalized his property because of it. Or at least it's suspected as much. I imagine we'll hear more about it in the coming days. He did go to the police. They had a suspect. So hopefully they will find it and find the scumbags, and they will get properly fucked by the long arm of the law.
Well, that's another one I want to know about. How many dicks she sucked. Renfamous. How seriously? had her account banned like what 3 times now.
4.
Keeps coming back, keeps blatantly breaking the rules. How many dicks is she sucking over at Twitter, or is she pals with Randy Harper's hookup there?
Yeah, she is trying to be the next Zoe Quinn. That is her goal. The problem with this is that Zoe Quinn, to my recollection, did all of her stuff behind closed doors, and it was later revealed. Renfamous is out and about trying to destroy people constantly.
Mm-hmm.
And she is not afraid to bat a couple of eyelashes and have some thirsty soy boys do things like this.
Lashes are baseball bats. What the fuck are you talking about?
Somebody says Renfamous needs to be charged with whoever vandalized the mailbox. Well, that's the thing. If they get pressured by the law and they say that they did it based on her information, she could be brought in for incitement.
Mm-hmm. Or at least incitement would be the least. Accessory maximum.
Yeah. On top of that, and here, this is all coming for the whole Vic Mignogna situation. So Tug has been a very big-time supporter of Vic Mignogna throughout this whole thing and has constantly updated people with new news about it. And he holds people to the fire, in regards to the way that they act and they want to destroy a man. And for good reason, because these people want to fucking destroy a man. And it's pretty disgusting. So they want to destroy anybody who does not allow them to have their way with this situation. And with that umbrella guy, they see he's got a family. He's a big-time family man. In fact, Tug, congratulations on the new addition to the family as well. That's awesome. Seriously. He just had another daughter. But they see that family and they want to use it to try to intimidate him. Which is disgusting.
Mafia tactics.
Yes. That is what they are acting like. It's very mafioso sort of thing. So is Mundane Matt okay with this, considering he apparently joined Kick Vic? I don't know. Are you okay with it, Matt?
I would imagine not. This whole Vic Mignogna thing is just Christ. Whether he's guilty or not doesn't even matter at this point.
They want to destroy him because of what it symbolizes.
Well, it's not just him.
Let me finish. Another Christian white man destroyed. That is what they want. They hate the fact that Vic believes what he believes, and they want to destroy him. On top of that, there's a professional jealousy issue as well when it comes to the VAs. Because he voiced Broly in a giant hit of a film.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead with what you were going to say. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's not just him. It's anyone willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. It's more this moralizing situation. There is no moral ground you can stand on and support Vic Mignogna. Like, with Comicsgate, there is no moral ground you can stand on and support comic. Fucking not black and fucking white, people. It's not. The world is not divided into good or evil. You can say things like Vic Mignogna has made mistakes in the past, but he is not a serial rapist. Is should not be controversial to say. That should not fucking put your family in danger when you say it.
Yeah.
We're quickly approaching the point of not saying anything mildly controversial on the internet and have a platform to want people to fucking come after you for it. I mean, folks like to talk about internet harassment and how terrible it is. Fucking, this has transcended the internet. And it's all over some guy supporting a voice actor who I believe has been falsely accused.
Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
No goddamn sense.
All right. We're going to talk about Englewood for a little bit, and then we're going to do Q&A. So,
Speaking of, shout out to whoever bought a Windy City special right after we said back Englewood first half of the show.
yes,
Thank you.
absolutely. So, we are at 5760 raised so far for the campaign. We need one more backer to hit 200. It's $5 comic. Come on. No, in all seriousness though. Let me go ahead and reorient the window a little bit here. One cool thing about this, we have updated the tier list so that you guys can see everything that is available on each one.
Yes. Yes.
Plus, updated line work from Brian that looks magnificent.
Yep. I actually posted the proper page 1 this time.
Yes.
And then what's this thing at the very bottom?
Well, this is the pinup. Done by our questionable weeb friend Chris. This is probably one of the best pinups that I've seen done yet. And not like, obviously there's a little bit of bias there, but yeah, this one is this is one of the ones that you want to adorn your wall, to say the least.
Yes, you want to honor your wall with it.
Yes. So, Hatman, for those who have not backed Englewood, how much would it cost for them to get a copy of this comic and this poster?
Depends. Do they want the regular comic, or do they want the director's cut, which has all of the fan art and sketch work in it?
Mm-hmm. Let's give them both.
So if you want the comic plus that pinup, bucks, it's yours.
How many bucks? Say it again.
Director's cut, bucks, 30 of the dollars, and pinup. Want the director's cut pinup? $5 to that, 35, and it's yours.
There you go.
Don't forget, if you want of everything, because there's a T-shirt attached too. Windy City Special, $60. Digital copy of the comic, director's cut, and you get the awesome Born in Blood shirt, which hopefully I'll be able to do the first print of this week.
Another thing to add on there is that we've extended the art contest. So we've gotten here's the Born in Blood shirt design. We've gotten 6 different people that have submitted art, but there's more people who want a little bit more time. So you have now until the end of the campaign, which is August 28th. So mark that on your calendars. The top 5 who enter the contest, you guys are going to get featured in the director's cut. We'll plug your social media alongside it. The top 3 are getting a free copy of the comic. And then the winner, of course, will get a whole Windy City special. That's the director's cut, which, of course, they'll already be in. They will have the digital copy of the comic, the T-shirt, and the pinup poster as well. So, a lot of good stuff there. So, I'm curious as to who will be the next person to bring us to 200. Because we've only got 24 days left, guys. We got less than a month to make this thing happen. Mm-hmm. On top of that, we haven't added it in officially yet. We will add it in officially when we hit 7,000. Is the first stretch goal of 10,000. If we hit $10,000, everybody who backs physical will be getting a free sticker of the logo of Elijah's gym, which is called Solomon's Temple. And somebody said that this
every physical, everything physical.
Yes, physical copy. We have to emphasize that.
We can't get it to you if you get a digital copy, but if you're getting something in the mail from us, which is physical copy and above, you'll be getting that.
So, yeah. Oh, one thing to address in the chat, somebody said that this comic looks edgy. It's not. This is not edgy stuff. This is actually a straight up crime story. This is along the lines of a Daredevil or a Batman or something along those lines. I don't do... this is not the edgy comic. Yeah, Waste Coast. I didn't see yours yet.
I got it.
Oh, I didn't.
It's in the... Yes, it's in the Micah and the Hatman email.
Put it on that one server that we use. And we will... because I want to see it. I haven't seen it yet.
It's really nice.
We'll put it in there because I want to show it off then.
Well, let me pull up. Actually, you know what? I'll do it from my phone here. Taking a while to download it because of course there's some things off. Okay.
Somebody just backed. We just hit 200. Thank you, Timbertone.
Hey.
All right.
Yeah. I saw Kitty on the Discord. I still put Q&A in while I get this image uploaded.
Oh, this is awesome. So this is from Waistcoats. I love the double dragon vibe of this. I love it.
Oh,
This is great.
Yeah, it's really cool looking.
Holy shit. All right, let's go ahead and move into the Q&A. So from the Discord server. God, that's amazing looking. Chaos Sonic wants to know thoughts on E3 fucking up and accidentally doxing 22 other journalists and YouTubers. That's jacked up.
And going after Sophia Norwitz for reporting it.
Yeah.
Because she broke the story, and oh my god, we can't have a non-click member. Fucking. Oh god, no, that's fucked up. It's fucked up. Apparently, like it had been accessible for a couple of months.
Yeah.
Way to go, dumbasses.
Talon Silvervein wants to know if we had to write a comic series about Bane, what would it be about? And he still has to be a villain. I can't answer that right now because Chuck Dixon already did what I would have done with him. It was basically a big heist story. So read Bane Conquest. It's amazing. Alistair wants to know, hopefully not a sore topic, but has MK11 gotten any better? Has your opinion changed on it? Well, they haven't taken out that stupid Jax ending yet, and I think that the story mode was not as good as the last game. I feel like it became very pretentious in the storyline element, but the gameplay is still solid. You know, I'm really looking forward to playing Nightwolf because he looks awesome. So, and that's not two words I ever thought I would utter.
It's really cool.
Let's see here. Now, we had donations as well that had questions in them. So let me read these real quick. Let's see here. So, Mercenary said, you heard about what's going on with the new game and these developers. It's a cross between Animal Crossing, The Sims, and Pokemon, and the developers being so far up their own butts they're breathing their own farts. Completely unprofessional. I heard something about that. I don't remember the name of the game, though. Let's see here.
Was that the... it's Begin... Oh, I think.
And he also said, I've got to get the freaking poster now. I'm going to have to upgrade my order that I already got. I've got to do the 20... now I've got to go higher. So I knew that people would really like that pinup for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So, and don't feel bad for doing so. There's been a lot of people who have gotten a lower tier and then canceled it and then gotten a higher one. So,
yep. Blitz. That's the name of the game.
Yep. Now Serena.
Thank you, chat.
Yep. Serena asked, "How do you guys feel about Double Toasted finally going Orange Man bad? They started doing political videos, with the first being a very biased video on the whole illegal being held at a detention thing. YouTube has been trying to recommend me their videos. Yeah, I remember when Double Toasted was entertaining. Now they're
I'm
not.
familiar with Double Toasted.
They were entertaining, and now they're not.
So much for that. I guess nothing of value was lost on my end.
Yeah, pretty much. I thought they did solid movie reviews, but just...
Is that it?
That's
Is that
it
for the donations?
That's it for the donations.
All right, let's get to the chat then.
Oakley dokley. Diego Camacho wants to know. Really like the concept of a reincarnating hero like Hawkman, or Link for The Legend of Zelda. Thoughts? Well, it could be an interesting concept. I'm not really that familiar with that many, series that do it though.
I don't know how I feel about it. It's just a twist on the whole chosen one trope. And you can have people either, reject the call or embrace it. You sort of see that in Avatar as well. The reluctant hero in Aang and enthusiastic one in Korra. Interesting take on it, but I don't know how I feel about it. I kind of prefer just your standard one and done heroes.
Let's see here. Samurai Bear says, I just got my first car, guys. A 2002 Pontiac. Wish me luck on the road. Question is, how would you write a Marvel vs. Capcom book? I think M. Bison taking over Weapon, Wesker taking over AIM, and... Oh, Bison taking over Weapon, Wesker taking over AIM, and having Doom join the Illuminati would be interesting. That would be interesting. I especially like the idea of Wesker taking over AIM. Now they kind of did that in the last MVC in MVCI with AIM Umbrella, but it didn't really ring very well. But Wesker taking
what would that
over
mean for
AIM,
MODOK?
Wesker and MODOK working together would be pretty twisted. I like that idea. That would be pretty cool. Having Captain America and Chris Redfield work in tandem, mostly because they're voiced by the same guy.
Complete saturation.
Dude, a Captain America versus Wesker hand-to-hand fight would be amazing.
Oh man.
Harbo says, in honor of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, how do we rank Quentin Tarantino's films so far?
Does that have to rank all of them? God.
Well, we can do this quickly, I think. I
Just
think
do
I can.
top three.
Yeah, do top three.
Top three.
And Kill Bill counts as one movie. So for
Yes.
me, Kill Bill would be the top, number one, easily. Second, I would probably have to say... I think I'd have to say Reservoir Dogs for number two. And then...
Interesting.
Believe it or not, my number three would probably be Django Unchained.
Now, is this all the movies that he's written and directed, or are we counting movies that he has?
Let's do directed. Let's do directed, because he's written a lot of screenplays.
That was if we're doing everything, Natural Born Killers would be on the list.
Yes, it would, because that screenplay was great.
Wonderful. Number one would probably be Inglourious Bastards.
Good pick.
Django Unchained would be 2. And I'll be a little stereotypical and say Pulp Fiction is 3. I enjoy Pulp Fiction more than Reservoir Dogs.
I just loved Reservoir Dogs' ending. It is probably one of the best endings I've ever seen in a film. And the whole conversation about tipping at the beginning of the movie is hilarious.
Nobody writes dialogue like Tarantino now.
Yeah. He's also the only white man that I know of with an N-word pass.
You know what? He really is. He really is. I think Samuel L. Jackson himself gave him that pass.
Yeah. And nobody's going to argue with Nick Fury.
No, nobody is going to. Hey, if that white dude can't say the N-word, I recognize the council's made a decision, but given it's a stupid-ass decision, I've elected to ignore it.
Let's see here. What do we think of the lyrics of Light the Torch's song, The Safety of Disbelief, are about? I don't know. I've never heard it.
Never heard either.
I don't know what Light the Torch is. Oh, wait. Light the Torch is Howard Jones' new band, isn't it? I haven't listened to them at all. Though I did see Howard with his last band, and that was awesome. Let's see here. Given Hellblazer asks, given Obsidian's poor history of poorly managing their finances and their recent acquisition by Microsoft, do we think they'll be back on track? Do you think their upcoming game will be there next to New Vegas? Well, I've heard a lot of stories about Trouble in Paradise for Obsidian, so I'm not really quite sure on that one. I'm hoping it's good. I want it to be, but when Chris Avallone left, I just cared a lot less, to be honest with you, because Chris is, again, he's the best writer in video games, and for a studio uses writing so much, focuses on it in a way that a lot of other development studios do not. Losing their top guy just doesn't. It hurts. We'll just put it that way. It hurts them in the long run. Also, an agent asks, who's the better leader, Batman or Captain America? He votes for Batman, and I vote for Cap. Cap does not put together contingencies to destroy his own people. He trusts them. That is ultimately why he is so effective.
Believes in the goodness of man. Batman does not. Batman does not trust like Cap does.
Yeah. I would actually say that Nightwing is a better leader in the DC universe than Batman is for that exact reason. Because Dick is a much more trusting person, and it's often considered that Dick Grayson is a better leader than Bruce is, because he learned from the best, Magazog failure, wrong podcast. Let's see here. What else we got? Eclectic1995 wants to know, watching some videos for Honor the other day, and I need to ask if the Shaolin is a stand user, because what was that execution? I don't know. I haven't played For Honor in a few months now. I don't know what's going on with it. Let's see. What else?
101 wants to know my thoughts on Hero from Smash Bros. Ultimate. I don't have him yet.
Yeah, I have the
DLC yet.
I have the season pass for it, but I haven't tried it yet. Let's see.
Brian Gilmore wants to know, anyone from comics to New Jersey for a convention or other events? To my knowledge.
Things happen in New Jersey?
Chicago. Well, things are legal in New Jersey, somehow.
Yeah, we will be in Chicago here in a couple of weeks for the International Conference on Men's Issues. We're going to be doing a panel with
exactly a couple.
Yeah, with just some guy to discuss nerd stuff, and another guy who was involved in the whole Sad Puppies thing. Okay, Swordsman100 asks, since you know Hickman better than I do, is it wise to think he will course correct the X-Men back how they were in the 90s, or will he do something else? They will do something else. He will probably take it in a different direction. I think that largely speaking, there's a lot of writers who don't really embrace the direction that that the X-Men comics were going in the 90s. You know, they pretty much just about everyone thinks that Magneto was right. And it shows in the way that they do things. You know, and it's pretty ridiculous. And I think that, or rather what I would hope happen is one of two things. Is A, the X-Men and mutant kind is so disgraced at the end of the series that they basically leave Earth and try to find a different planet. Or B, that they are able to, you know, come back into things, you know, and into the fold. For, Okay. We apparently missed a question from Nick White.
I think it was about the Viking in... Here it is. Play the new Viking hero in For Honor yet?
No, I didn't even know they were out. I'll give it a shot. My general problem with For Honor is that they have not updated the siege maps, or there's not a new one yet. You know, I've kind of done everything there is to do in that game, it feels like, and I want the siege mode is my favorite one. Breach is my favorite mode, you know, and they're not putting new maps in, and it's kind of a bummer.
All right, is that it? You done?
I feel the need to remind Magazog failure, dude. Again, the politics podcast is over.
Yeah, politics is over. We talked about that an hour ago.
Yeah, you're kind of like we're hoping to get more questions on entertainment from people. Okay, so Leonardo Juan asks, any plans on reviewing the Rising of the Shield hero? Yes, I'm almost done with it, and then I'm gonna start on. I think I'll probably be able to do that video this week. I have 3 planned. I have that one, one that I'm supposed to be doing on Superman, and then something else that I'll probably fit in. Let's see here. Crystal Wig asks, I want to write a slasher comic. I already have a massive slasher movie collection to draw on for inspiration for the multiple killers. Any advice for writing a slasher series?
Nothing. Once I have nothing to
Mods, get rid of him.
To offer you. Yeah, I have nothing to offer you as far as a on slasher stuff. So that's... I really haven't engaged with reading it or writing it, so I got nothing.
My whole thing with slasher is make sure that it makes sense, that it feels plausible, that the situation is happening. You know, if you can't make it feel plausible, it's not scary. You know, that's the interesting thing about like a lot of slasher movies outside of like Freddy and Jason, is that the or just horror movies in general, is that for some reason something about it feels like it could happen. You know? Except for, well, maybe not Hellraiser. You know what I mean. Like certain, like the old My Bloody Valentine, or stuff along those lines. Like something about it just feels like it could happen to you. Saw is a really good example of that.
Yes. Yeah.
I still say the first Saw is an incredible film. It's got some pacing issues, but it's still really good.
I'd say the first two are really good. I'll go in on Saw 2. Series gets shat on a lot for just being torture porn, but honestly, like the story is the best part of it.
Yeah, it really does have a really interesting narrative that goes through almost all the films except for 3D.
I still like 3D or the final chapter or whatever the fuck they called it.
I wasn't a big fan of it
because
the characterization really wasn't there.
It made sense. Everything made sense to me.
I just didn't like the detective in it. Crazy! You're crazy! Calls everybody crazy. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. Considerably less interesting than a lot of the other police characters in the series.
Yeah. Fucking I remember what the new Jigsaw. Jigsaw? Newest one?
Yeah, the most recent film I've heard is really good.
It's okay. I wouldn't. It's really good. It's okay. I don't think it's still not as good as the first one, but
no, okay. What is? All right. Last question. Let's do. I want to do the Kale box on Overflow. So, I'm Your Pepper asks, do you believe that Jason Voorhees is a sympathetic character? That is a very good question. I think his origin's very sympathetic. Because he was just this deformed, retarded kid who just got picked on by everybody. And then the way he dies is legit sad. But
I would say he is more sympathetic than Michael Myers.
Yeah, Michael Myers, especially in the Rob Zombie films, is basically a sociopath.
Yeah.
You know, there's this weird feeling that he was almost born evil.
The whole Curse of the Thorn thing in the original series made him a little bit sympathetic, but at the same time, just so god fucking awful that you're like, actually, no, I don't feel a damn thing.
Yeah. I do love the nickname of him that doesn't get used enough, The Shape.
Well, that was his name in the original. That was what he's credited as.
Yeah.
The latest one, too. He was still credited as The Shape in this one.
Yeah.
Gojira makes an interesting point. Jason is not sympathetic. Sad backstory does not justify his actions.
It's a fair point.
Still have sympathy. Have sympathy for how someone turned out. Not be sympathetic for what they do. Like, any kind of serial killer that had a really shitty home life, yeah, you can be sympathetic and say, yeah, you had a really shitty home life and that sucks and that shouldn't have happened to you. Being said, killing people is where that all ends.
My biggest problem with Michael Myers is he got his ass beat by Busta Rhymes.
We don't talk about resurrection. We don't talk about resurrection. We don't talk about Halloween 3. We don't talk about resurrection.
They should have made Michael Myers a character and fucking Fight for New York after that.
Oh my god.
Michael gets even with Busta.
Oh my god.
Oh. All right. Don't shame me. I thought that movie sucked too. I just thought that part was hilarious. I'm like, I love movies that are so bad that they just become obtuse, and Halloween Resurrection is a really good example of that.
Yeah.
So
it's funny coming off the heels of H2O. Then you give us that shit. Like, how dare you?
Yeah, I heard good things about H2O.
It was a good movie.
I'm apparently in the minority that zombies films were good though. People didn't like those.
People didn't like them. I liked them. They were more Rob Zombie movies than Halloween proper movies.
Especially
and
the
that's
second
probably
one.
why I liked them. Oh God, yes. That's why I liked them, because like Rob Zombie movies, like House of a Thousand Corpses is a comedy.
Yes.
Maybe that shows how twisted I am. Do I care? No, I don't.
No.
Also, Tutti fucking Fruity.
Yeah, the second movie was pretty jacked up. It's very, very, very Rob Zombie. You know, the first one, it felt like he was trying to do a John Carpenter impression.
Almost. I think his whole escapes, though, just nah. That was all Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
That was all Rob Zombie.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and give some thanks to the people who donated today, which I believe it was Samurai Bear, Mercenary, and Serena who through Daniel. This time were those folks. So thank you very much, and also thank you to our several patrons for being you. Well, Hatman, any final words?
Back Englewood.
Yes, back Englewood. Alrighty, folks, we appreciate y'all. My name is Micah Curtis, your favorite vanilla gorilla.
Alex Baldwin, and this Hatman is reminding you, once again, in case you didn't hear me because I'm a robot, back Englewood.
Yes, we will see you guys next time. Deus Volt.